I'm the Chief Executive of Aspire Community Benefit Society. We're a local charity in Leeds, and we support just less than 1,000 adults with learning disabilities across the city. One of the things that we have been doing over the last 7 or 8 years is running the Safe Places Scheme on behalf of the city. It's designed for people who travel independently but may need additional support when they're going about their business in and around Leeds. And it's quite a simple concept. So people with learning disabilities themselves who do travel independently will sign up to the scheme, and in signing up to the scheme they get a wristband that identifies them as a scheme member, and they get a card with the contact details of their nearest and dearest on that card. And one of the first places that you're likely to come to is either the bus station or the train station, and those can be quite intimidating places given the fact that there's lots of people around, there's lots of hustle and bustle. Then that can cause anxiety for anybody, but particularly if you've got a learning disability, that can be quite an intimidating place. So the way that we have approached Safe Places is to ensure that there's a network of places within the city that in the event that somebody does find themselves in a place where they're unsure of or they're feeling slightly unsafe, that they can present themselves with their information, and because of the training that we've done with the registered safe places, the staff within those safe places can provide the reassurance to the individuals and make contact with the nearest and dearest of those individuals.
So you go into the scheme and you say, I'm lost, my name is, I need help, but hold on a second, I have a card. Could you help me please to get back to where I'm supposed to be?
I think it's just ultimately something that will boost their confidence, and it's there if they need to, and hopefully they'll never need it, and they'll have that confidence to travel, to use buses, to use trains, to come into Leeds city centre. But ultimately it's there if they need to. We're there to help if they need to, and a lot of the staff members at Leeds Station are there to help. And ultimately just the wristbands and the cards are just such a good, simple idea.
For people who want to become a member of Safe Places, it's a very simple process. They complete a form, it's symbolised, so they may be able to complete it by themselves, or they may need a little bit of help, and it asks for very basic information, so their name, their address, their date of birth, their contact details, and their emergency contact details. Safe Place providers, we ask them again to fill in a registration form. They'll provide us with their contact name and a telephone number. Then they provide details of the addresses that they want to be registered, how many staff are involved, how many window stickers they would be likely to need. And then we get into a conversation with them about their training requirements and how that can be best facilitated to meet their needs.
And the way that we try and approach the training is that we have people with learning disabilities themselves presenting that training.
Okay, so what I do is I go out with a supporter. So anyone like Tim Snell, Caroline or Elsa, they will take me out. They will have a few packages and an organisation or a community is. I go out and I address to them what Safe Places is. If they want to be a part of it, we encourage them to be a part of the scheme.
We already know the people in the room are committed to being a safe place, and then having that testimony firsthand from people with a learning disability is very powerful.
I will ask them if they have any questions of the questions that have been asked. If they do, they can either ask me or whatever supporters I have with me.
The advantage of using somebody who is a member of the scheme to deliver the Safe Places means that the people in the training benefit from seeing the real person, see the character of the person who is using the scheme, and also to understand how important their life is to be able to get around independently but have the safe places there. And if I use Christopher for an example, he puts humour there as well, and he's so professional and polite that, you know, he's a good role model for Safe Places.
So again, for those people who travel independently and have got their own smartphone, there's an app that people can use which will help them find the nearest safe place to wherever they might be. So although we've got several hundred safe places now registered across the city, knowing where those are as we develop new ones all the time is often quite difficult, but should they find themselves feeling unsafe or vulnerable or lost, they'd be able to present themselves at any of the safe places by using that app.
I think the key benefit is that it gives people the confidence to travel independently. There are lots of people with a learning disability who are more than capable of travelling independently, but they fear being hurt, getting into difficulty, getting lost.
Now we've got this scheme going in the city centre and around Leeds, it's absolutely marvellous. You know, it gives us more scope to actually take people to various areas around the city. Plus, it's less distressful for the actual service user.
It provides this network of spaces and places where people become more aware of the needs of people with learning disabilities generally, and again, in the event of somebody with a learning disability being in need of support whilst they're out and about travelling independently in a community, that they can go there and they can get some kind of reassurance and help that will make them feel safe.
So that's why it's vital to have a card and a wristband, because without them my work is not done.